It was just after 11:15 last night. Charles Armstrong and his fellow councillors were leaving their regular Monday meeting, chatting and starting towards their cars. As Mr. Armstrong got into his triumph for claim, a bomb blew him into the air and destroyed the car. One of those closest to the explosion was fellow official unionist Jim Spears. For him it was
horrifying. The debris flew all around the place, and certainly I did get a bit of a knock on the head.
You were very lucky you weren't killed yourself.
Well, absolutely, it was amazing. In fact, if I had been 6 inches higher, I probably would have been.
What is your opinion of the men who did this?
Oh, absolutely condemn, out of hand, brutal, callous murderers, and must be taken out of society.
I am shocked. I am very angry about it. Very, very angry indeed, because I knew Charlie Armstrong for a considerable number of years. I served with him in Armagh Council for almost 11 years now. But I have found him to be a very fair and a very just man in my dealings with him. And I think most members of the community would have found that too. And to think that he was killed in this way while serving the community, because that's what he was doing at that present moment of time, adds to the horror of it. But we have this spiral of horror in Armagh City and in the Armagh District Council area for so long now that it has almost become a way of life. Never a week goes by when we do not have a murder of one kind or another. And it is quite ironical, and indeed very touching in its own way, that during the council meeting tonight, Councillor Armstrong, as chairman of the council, condemned the murder last week of Adrian Carroll, who was shot by loyalist paramilitary groupings, the Protestant Action Force, I think they call themselves, and offered condolences to his family. And yet, 2 hours later, he was blown to pieces.
With daylight, it was clear little remains of Mr. Armstrong's car. Such was the force of the blast. His killers had dodged regular RUC patrols who call frequently at the council offices during meetings. That fact means security will be urgently reviewed. The gang stayed out of range of a surveillance camera, cutting a hole through the wire fence which surrounds the car park, both to get in and, after planting the bomb, to escape across the open fields. Last night, many Unionists were remembering the second anniversary of another IRA killing of South Belfast MP Robert Bradford. The murders of prominent members of the official Unionist Party seemed designed to drive the two communities in Northern Ireland further apart. Today, at the Armstrongs' home on the Mall, his widow Jean and his family were gathering. The funeral is on Thursday, allowing time for a brother to fly from Canada. Charles Armstrong leaves 8 children, 4 sons and 4 daughters, the youngest twin boys of 14.
It was a day when the people of Armagh paid tribute to their council chairman. He was an official unionist. Among those at the funeral, the party leader James Molyneux and Christopher Patten, Minister of State. The funeral was from Mr. Armstrong's home at the Mall. He was married with 8 children, 4 sons and 4 daughters, the youngest twin boys of 14. 2 pipers from the 2nd County Armagh Battalion of the UDR led the funeral cortege as it made its way around the Mall. The Conservative MP, Sir John Biggs Davidson, joined local politicians. It was a day when all sections of the community joined to pay their respects. Former UDR colleagues of Mr. Armstrong patrolled the city centre, while other UDR men carried the coffin. The funeral cortege went to St. Mark's Parish Church. The former rector there was a close friend of Mr. Armstrong.
I knew the Armstrong family for 17.5 years. I knew them very intimately. They lived next door to me, and I had the highest admiration for him as a person and for the whole family. And his terrible death will be a great loss to this whole community.